I'm making this video with the visual thing of the orator, as opposed to doing it online, whereby you just see Google and then you see, me down in the corner. I wonder how many of you prefer this over and above the other. So I can just read what I want to speak about, but what I want to speak about, and I've spoken about it many times before, but of course people have minds like goldfish and they never actually really take anything in. They really don't manage to absorb something, and so they could watch my videos and I could ask them something about it after and they wouldn't know. Invariably, the vast majority of people simply wouldn't know. They wouldn't even remember what they've heard. It's a very, very bizarre thing. All through my life, I have realised that my memory was much more of a thing than other people's. Other people thought they had a memory. Everyone thinks they have a memory, and yet when they tried to use it, they discovered, well, it wasn't there, or it was very poor. Maybe they were just in a delusion of having a memory. And then their mind conjured up something really quite different from the actual events, because the ego didn't even want to accept that it never had a memory, and so just invented stuff. How many of you just do that? How many of you just spiel stuff out when you've not even thought about it? And so if that happens, when it happens, then you have to ask yourself, well, who's saying that? Where is it coming from? Because it isn't your cognizant thinking, rational application of a mind that's doing that. It's just being fed, isn't it? It's spouting out from the unconscious. And so compassion, because there are lots of silly billies that watch my videos that vehemently are opposed to when I discount compassion, because all they know about compassion is what they've told or what they think they've heard and what they think should be a thing, and it stems loosely from Christianity and maybe from their mothers going, oh, there, when they scrape their knee. But you see, what thinking people like me do, we look at words and we assess their true meaning, and we look for the etymology of where the word derives from, and we ask if it's useful. Is the word really useful? Is it a real meaningful word, or is it just a non-word? And I think compassion is a non-word, and this is why. So when we look for the root of compassion, well, most of us in the Western world would have some sort of a remembrance that compassion stems from the words of Jesus. And we think that Jesus was super compassionate and an all-loving and caring individual. And so we'll look at that shortly. But before we do, dictionary here, Oxford Languages, on Google, it states that sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. That's the definition of compassion. Sympathetic pity. And concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. So I ask you, the viewer, of what value is that concept compassion? What value? No value. No value. Unless you consider that the value is that that concept is a preemptive into taking action, because that concept in and of itself is worth nothing, because the etymology of compassion means to suffer together. Com means together, and passion, to be passionate together, and so the derivative and the etymology of this, apparently, compassion is to suffer together. Now, there's a few instances of where Jesus was said to be feeling the suffering of another. But you see, that was the preemptive state before he took action. And action is key here, people, because compassion isn't key, and we don't need compassion to take action. All we need is a rational application. You see, so we can eradicate compassion entirely from the human language. Now, let's just go down and look a little bit more what he said. Okay, so to suffer together. Compassion literally means to suffer together. Among emotional researchers, it is defined as the feeling that arises when you are confronted with another's suffering and feel motivated to relieve that suffering. Compassion is not the same as empathy or altruism, though the concepts are related. So, compassion, it is defined as the feeling that arises when you are confronted with another's suffering and feel motivated to relieve that suffering. So you get a feeling. Well, I'm suggesting again that we don't need the feeling. I mean, if I see somebody that's fallen down in the street and banged their head, do I need to feel their pain? I can't feel their pain. Have I ever fallen over and banged my head in my life? No, not to my recollection. I've had bumps on the head, you know, in various sort of ways. I can kind of go, oh, I know what it feels like to have a bit of a bump on my head. This person's fallen over and hit that hard tarmac or pavement, and so that's not good. So my rational mind realises the non-goodness of that, and then it instructs in me, imbues within me a level of action. Now, some people can say, but that's compassion. No, I mean, I don't feel the pain. I don't care about the pain. I just look at that being something which obviously isn't enjoyable, and it's probably very harmful and potentially dangerous. And so my rational application, you see, I'm very Captain Spock, and Captain Spock didn't need all these emotions and all this claptrap that just clogs up human cognition. Emotions clog up human cognition, and we know that emotions clog up human cognition because when we are feeling afraid, fear, we can't think straight, and when we're in love, we most certainly don't think straight. So emotions most certainly are a detriment to our intelligence. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I don't like to partake in them, because we can't see the wood from the trees. Are you hearing me on this, people? Are you seeing the rational application of this? Right. What are the 5 points of compassion? Let's have a look what the 5 points are. Following consolidation of existing definitions, we propose that compassion consists of 5 elements. Recognising suffering. You don't need to feel it to do that's intelligence. You recognise the suffering. We've all suffered, and so when we see somebody doing it, well, it's just a rational thing, isn't it? Understanding the universality of human suffering. Well, we've all suffered, so we understand that. We don't need compassion. Feeling for the person suffering. Well, we've all felt what it's like to suffer, so we don't need to try to pretend that we are feeling it again. We don't need to think back to when we fell over and scraped our knee. Or I remember what it was like when I scraped my knee and I cried, and so now I want to recreate that feeling in me, which is compassion and pity. And that's the thing that's going to propel me now into taking action. I personally don't need that. I remember what it's like, the pain, when I scuffed my knee, and I saw my daughter or another kid scuff their knees, and okay, what can I do to ease the pain? And so it's a rational application. and it's not the bringing about of suffrage, because all we do if we feel compassionate, we just remember, and we never ever let go of the emotional states that we've been in. And this is what the state of the world's like now. They're full of these emotions. They're clogged up to the brim of their emotions, which they can never let go. Why is that? Because their minds have been poisoned by this concept of compassion, because they've been told all their lives that they should have it, and it should be a thing, and if you're not compassionate, you're evil, you're not human. It's the deception, people. It's the biggest lie that's ever been told on the fucking planet, and it comes out of the New Testament of Christ. It's a fucking lie. It's not necessary. It's most certainly not a thing that we need in life. We most certainly do not need to feel another man's pain or another person's pain. Because look, at the end of the day, if you feel another person's pain, then surely a part of you is in a state worse off than it would be if you never felt that. Because look, if you're on battle and you see your friend's leg get blown off, it's oh my god, oh I'm so sorry, oh mate, I'm so sorry, and tears are streaming down and you can't even see the blood spurting out, and seconds are ticking along, and then you've not even thought about digging in your fucking pocket for a bandage, because the compassion and pity. No man, no. What you do is you're instantly going to, how can I act to save this man's life and to prevent further suffering or to ease the suffering? I'm going to take care of the damage, right? Compassion, go away, please, just go away. Nonsense, bullshit, every single last bit of it. Feeling the person suffering, oh my goodness. Feeling for the person suffering, no, we absolutely do not need that. Only fools need that. Only automaton need that. Emotional automaton. If you're an intelligent person, you don't need it. Let me just tell you this, people. When I have been in hospital for varying things, I never ever met anyone that I considered exhibited even the remotest, slightest bit of compassion. I just saw doctors and nurses doing their fucking job, and they did it just matter-of-factly, just like they are fucking putting cellophane round vegetables and they're stacking them on the shelf in a supermarket, and that's all they're doing. When I had a fucking catheter stuck up the end of my knob, and I had my fucking top of my leg cut off, the top of the femur bone cut off when I had a hip replacement, and I had nurses and doctors looking after me, there's no compassion involved. It was just them doing their fucking job, using their heads, what they've been trained to do in university, right? Can you imagine if the whole place is, I feel for you, and if all the nurses and doctors are standing next to all the patients, I pity you, my heart goes, no, stop it. And then we've got this picture of Jesus, right? Everyone's seen it. He's like, oh Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Have pity and compassion on them, Lord. No, you fire down fire and brimstone, you send floods and earthquakes and all that shit, and you get it inside their motherfucking heads that there's certain things that they must do and mustn't do. That's what you have to do. It's an education. Nothing to do with, forgive them, Lord. Please. Makes me fucking sick to the teeth, it really does. Now then, moving on. About Jesus, what did Jesus say? I ask, what did Jesus say about compassion? Now, of course, I've read the Bible in its entirety from front to back twice, and I've read the many books in the Bible hundreds of times. I've spent years studying the Bible. Now, Jesus said compassion is a central theme, exemplified by his own actions like healing the sick and feeding the hungry, because he felt pity for them. But what is the crux of this sentence? He acted because he felt a concept of pity. He looked at people and he said, these people are hungry. What can I do? well, I suppose I can just like create 5,000 loaves of bread out of 2. That might be a good thing to do, and then they won't feel hungry anymore, and then I can alleviate my mind of pity. Yes, I suggest it was a self-fulfilling thing. He felt a little bit of pity of all these hungry people, because he knew what it felt like to be hungry, and so he wanted to get rid of his pity. So, let's just produce 5,000 loaves. I feel better now. I feel better now. It's all bollocks anyway, people. 5,000 fucking loaves. What do you make of that? What does anyone make of that? I've never listened to anyone make any fucking sense of it. It's just fucking stupid shit. Let me read that again. Jesus said, compassion is a central theme, exemplified by his own actions. Hang on. Jesus said. It says here, Jesus said, compassion is a central theme, exemplified by his own actions, like healing the sick and feeding the hungry, because he felt pity for them. He felt pity. You see, he wanted to alleviate the pity he felt, because he didn't like feeling pity. So what did he do? He did actions. Well, my recommendation to Jesus would be, if I was there with Jesus, Jesus, what the fuck are you doing? Feeling this fucking knobhead fucking pity? Why don't you just fucking make the bread? Just make the fucking bread, dude. Just make the bread and fucking manifest the fish. You don't need to get feeling fuck all. You just look at the world, you sort of apply your rational thought like Captain Spock, and you go, those people over there could do some bread and fucking fish. That's all you need to do. You don't need to talk about, oh, the feelings. You know, I look at this and I just think these things are just written for stupid cunts. Because stupid cunts that can't think. Because otherwise they would never be able to think, because they don't think. The vast majority of people don't think. And this is why the whole world is in a fucking state, because it's an emotional cesspool. All different sorts of emotions, mostly hate and greed and jealousy and envy, maybe with a flicker of what's so-called compassion and pity for others, but doubtless, you know, very little of that. Good God, what a cesspool the fucking humanity is. He also said that having mercy and compassion is more important to God than ritual or sacrifice. He also said having mercy and compassion is more important to God than ritual or sacrifice. Now, ritual and sacrifice is an action, but to what avail? To what avail? In the Old Testament, God was supposed to have been very, very pleased about the smell of burnt flesh. It was said 100 times how the smell of burnt flesh was pleasing to God. So Jesus is completely discounting that and saying that burning these animals is a waste of fucking time. The best thing to do is to have mercy and compassion. It's to feel these things in your body and heart. Well, I put it to you, Jesus, that you're wrong. No, the best thing is to look upon people suffering and think to yourself, they're suffering. How do I know that? Well, because I've suffered like that before, and I know what suffering feels like, so therefore I'm going to act. I don't need to be, oh, I pity you. Oh, the world's fucked up. The world is fucked up. It's so full of stupid cunts. It really is. It's so full of stupid cunts. Can you discount my logic? Can you discount a single word of my logic? If you can, I would very, very appreciate a conversation with you to put me right, all what I fucking accumulated to in my 62 years. If you can discount this level of feeling that it's all wrong, goodness me, well, please come forward. Please come forward. And that way I can fall back into the fold again, because I was wrong. I'm not in actual fact a genius. I'm not in actual fact enlightened. No, I'm none of those things. I'm just a dumbass fuckwit of a narcissist, thinking that I'm better than everybody else because I seem to think that I see the world so clearly, but I evidently don't. I've been looking through a misty old fucking frosty glass, and my vision's all been blurred and I haven't really seen seeing things clearly. No, what I need to do is I need to realise that I was wrong, and that it is in actual fact compassion and pity that I've been missing all along, because compassion and pity is the be-all and the end, and that's all we need. Wow, wow, wow. He also said that having mercy and compassion is more important to God than ritual or sacrifice, and that Christians should also show this compassion for others as a reflection of God's character. Now, Jesus couldn't possibly have said that, because the whole Christianity came out of Christendom, which is Christ, which means the fucking saviour, and so it was something that was created long after he fucking died. And so Jesus couldn't have said that. So you see how the fucking lying and bullshit is all fucking bullshit, people. I'm telling you now, every single thing you're going to see anywhere on this planet, in this fucking cosmos, is bullshit. It was never ever designed for any of us to fathom out. It's unfathomable. There's nothing to fathom out, because it's all just a fucked up dream in the fucking mind of the cosmos. And it's not supposed to mean anything. It's not supposed to have any rational fucking meaning or purpose to it at all, because man's been looking for purpose for thousands of years and never found a modicum of it. So it obviously isn't there, is it? That Christians should also show this compassion. Oh my God, you know, where do you begin? Where do you begin except just to scorn this shit? Well, who do they think they're talking to? Fucking idiots, that's who they think they're talking to. Because they write stuff like this, and it doesn't even make sense from the beginning. Jesus said compassion is a central theme. I've read the fucking Bible, and I've never heard Jesus say, compassion is a central theme of what I believe. No, never said. Exemplified by his own actions, like healing the sick. Oh, look, let me just give you an illustration of my compassion. These things were written, but they weren't true, people. They weren't true, because when you read other texts which don't pertain to the New Testament, you can derive a great deal more sense from what was said in those texts, because they do make fucking sense, and there's none of this bullshit compassion and empathy and sympathy and all that fucking crap in there. It's just matter of fact telling you how the fucking world is. Examples of Jesus' compassion. He was moved with compassion for crowds because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd, and he taught them many things. Hang on. He was moved with compassion for crowds. Oh, there's a crowd over there. I'm moved with compassion. That doesn't make sense. No, that should be worded much more different. He was moved with compassion for the pathetic state of a gathering of human beings, which we call a crowd. Yes, that makes sense, because then you've got the actual concept of what was going on within the crowd. You can't just be moved to compassion for a crowd. No, there has to be a context to it. So the context comes after that. You see, these people, they obviously don't even have one GCSE from fucking college, and writing this shit down. And whenever we want to know something, we go on to the Google God, and that's what they tell us. Is it any wonder the world's full of stupid cunts? So I'm saying, people, I'm just saying. Yeah, okay. So he was moved with compassion for crowds because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Harassed and helpless. Well, isn't that the fucking human race? And he taught them many things. Well, he taught them. He took action. And so let's just say, let's just read this without this compassion bit. Jesus saw crowds of people and he considered them lost without a shepherd, and he taught them many things. Fine. I don't have a problem with that. Where's the compassion? What is this bullshit? Oh, I feel for those people in the crowd. Oh, let me impart some. No, you look at a bunch of fucking muppets and you go, oh, Lord, give me fucking strength. Okay, let me just try to impart a little bit of wisdom with these twats. For fuck's sake. You don't need compassion. I do it all day long. I'm doing more than Jesus ever did. I'm saying more than Jesus ever said. Jesus never said anything like the amount I've said. In 17 years. Jesus was only around for 2 fucking years. Out there in the fucking bushes and the desert. Bumming his little bum boys. That's all he was doing. And now and again, apparently fucking talking to a few dirty ass fucking sheep humping. You get the picture. He multiplied loaves and fish to feed a hungry crowd of thousands because he did not want them to faint on the way home. Oh, really? Oh, I feel so compassionate, and I have a turmoil inside because these 5,000 people, I fear they may be fainting in the heat with the exhaustion on the way home. So let me, God, can you fire down some of that fucking bread and fish fucking napalm that you got going on up there, right? Oh yeah, and then you do it once in your whole fucking life. Well, what about the compassion for all the people that never had that? What about the compassion for all the starving people all over the world in Africa, and they've heard about this Jesus character firing down fucking bread and fish from the fucking heavens, and they're like, hey cunt, where's our fucking bread and fish? Where's our ounce of fucking pity and compassion, you knobhead? Now, don't talk to me about bullshit, people. Don't talk to me about it. He wept with Mary and Martha when their brother Lazarus died, showing compassion for their grief. Boo-hoo-hoo! Oh, I feel you. I feel your pain and your suffering and your loss. Boo-hoo-hoo! Let's have a pity party for 3. Where did that get anyone? A pity party for 3? Did it bring back Lazarus? No, it never brought back Lazarus. Now, what brought back Lazarus? She's one, oh, fuck's sake then. There you go. Now stop your fucking wailing. Stop your fucking wailing, woman. Just fucking get baking the fucking bread and get the stew on. I'm hungry. Alright? Yeah. Problem solved. Problem solved. You don't need to go, oh, I feel a pity. Look. Why did he profess, or why did people profess him to feel the pity, and then he goes and raises Lazarus? Why don't he just raise Lazarus and cut out the fucking pity party? That's what I'm saying. What is the message trying to say? That if we feel pity for people after someone's died, then Jesus may raise them as well. So we all get to the pity party. Oh, our sons died, our fathers died. Jesus? Oh, cry louder, cry louder. More tears, more tears. Oh, our fathers died. It's not working. It's not working. Fuck it. Come, let's go down the fucking pub. Let's get down the pub, people. What a crock of shit. What a crock of fucking shit. Is it me? Is it me? He compassionately stopped a woman from weeping after he brought her son back to life. Well, look, mate, I've seen you with your fucking wand. I've not seen any pictures of you fucking with tears coming down your eyes. I've seen pictures of you carved into stone and murals with your fucking wand. So it seems to me you just waved your fucking wand around. You didn't go around crying about it before. Where's my wand? I can't find my wand. And then someone passes him his wand. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Lord. Ping. Come back to life, you dead body. Then we can stop this fucking pity party and get back in the fucking fields. Good God, what is this shit trying to say? What's this shit trying to say? What the fuck is this shit trying to say? A call to action for believers. Jesus' compassion for people serves as a model for how his followers should treat one another. Really? Well, why don't you say Jesus' actions serves as a model for how his followers should treat others. That's all we need. That's all we fucking need. Action. Just, you know, do the right thing. Just, you know, you look at people suffering, and if you care about them and you want to help them, then do something. Just act. You don't need a pity party. That's what I'm saying. You just don't. Just eradicate the pity party. Just write that out of history. The pity party just didn't fucking happen. I've never seen one. I've never seen a pity party. I've been to a couple of wakes, and I've never seen anyone. I just haven't seen it. I've not seen it. I've seen people like talking about themselves and, you know, how you doing, mate? Oh, it's been a while. What are you doing? You still fucking roofing? You going for a beer later and all that? That's all I've seen. That's all I've seen at these fucking wakes and funerals. I've never seen no pity party. Please stop it. Just stop it. It's not true. It's not a reality for the human being. It's bullshit. The New Testament encourages believers to be tender and compassionate toward each other because they are united in Christ. Well, why can't you just be united with each other? Why the fucking hell do you need to go, oh Christ, oh I feel your pity, oh you died for us, oh I'm so sorry. Why can't you just appreciate the people that you're with, for God's sake? Cut out the fucking middleman. The reason why people can't cut out the middleman, because fucking idiots go, well, how do we know what to do, what is right and wrong, if we don't have someone to tell us, like Jesus or God? Excuse me? No, you don't. You can't. You haven't. That's the thing. They haven't. They don't, and they can't. So they need a story to tell them how to act, because they don't know. They haven't worked that fucker out for themselves. Showing compassion to others is seen as fulfilling the purpose for which God created us. Really? Eradicate it. Where's the fucking rubber? Rub it out. Rub it out. Not necessary. Screw it up. Toss it in the waste paper bin. No, all we need to do is we look at people suffering, or we look at areas where people could suffer, and we act. That's what we do. We act as a preventative measure to suffering, and then we act as an elimination of suffering or a help to ease suffering. That's what we do. We just act, people, and we act from our intelligence. We don't need the heart and the compassion. What's a crock of shit? Never seen it. I've never seen it. Who's seen it? Have you seen it? There's one silly woman on the channel. She's all compassion, love, and then she goes to bed every night with fucking 4 cats. Where's the love and compassion in your life? Because I'm telling you now, cats don't have it for you. Cats don't give a fuck about you. I've never met a cat that give a fuck about anything except himself. Right? And so you may think, oh, these cats have compassion for me and love. No, they don't. You're a warm, fat fucking lump of flesh, and it's beneficial to them to cuddle up to you, not because they fucking like you in any shape or form, because they probably think you got a stinky ass and crotch, to be honest with you. Let's just be straight. And when's the last time you cuddled up to a man because he felt love and compassion for you? Why did he run away from you all those years ago? No, don't give me that, people. Oh, am I being cruel? Sorry, I'm just fucking being real. Just being real, people. Just keeping it real. The compassion and empathy of Jesus. Shall we do a little bit more? How far are we done? Can't see what the time is on there. Shall we do a little bit more? I'm on a roll now. I'm telling you, I'm on a fucking roll. Right. No, I won't do this because this is just fucking idiots. Just going to be repeating shit about Jesus, and they're not going to be thinking from their own fucking conscious minds at all because they don't fucking have them. They're just copycat fucking nerds, and that's what the world's fucking full of. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we need a rather heavy meteorite strike. Probably in the thousands, and they all need to be as big as fucking Chicago. I'm just saying. And then when there's a couple of fucking pink apes left, hopefully, you know, some half decent ones, then we can start again. Really, we'll start again, only without the pity party. They should say to themselves, well, we tried the pity party last time. Let's try a world without the pity party, shall we? just by using our heads. Let's see if we can use our heads, huh?